Whatever it is that we want to achieve in life, no matter how much we want it, there will always be time when you hit a challenging period. Your motivation hits a wall and you feel like giving up. It doesn't matter if it's the first time or the millionth time, you must always get back up. Regardless of what challenges you're facing, you have to keep pushing forward. Life isn't going to slow down for you, so you have to work to keep it up. Each time you get up, that is more character, more strength you have developed. It is always important to set goals for yourself. For example, if you aren't unhappy in your career, you might need to consider a new job or business. If you're unsatisfied with your partner, you may need to make changes in your relationship or find somebody new. If you're feeling down, it means that you have flatlined. You need to make the changes that are necessary to push your life into a positive direction. Perseverance is needed in life to be successful, and it is wisdom that lets us know when enough is enough. Sometimes, to get where you're going, you first have to leave where you've been. People often say the moment they always decide to give up was the moment just before they had a breakthrough. We feel like giving up at some point in our lives in the various journeys that we undertake. Sometimes we give up even before we start, and at other times, most crucially, we tend to give up just before we are about to make a huge breakthrough, putting more emphasis on the end result and diminishing the importance of how we're getting to the end goal and growing along the way. While demotivation, failure, and giving up feels horrible, there's a reason for this. It's because you're giving up on something that deep down you know is possible. Some of the most famous people and companies started from humble beginnings. In their first year of business, Coca-Cola only sold 400 Cokes. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. You deserve nothing less than the best, and it is your responsibility to produce your best work for others. This is not limited to physical work, but also includes spiritual work. There's never a day when you can't create or accomplish a new goal. Let life be a learning experience. Don't let this year be another year of good intentions with unaccomplished goals. People look at other successful people and assume they got overnight success, but in reality, it took hard work and a lot of failing to get where they did. Don't be deterred by this because actually, the journey is where the magic happens and makes your end goal even more sweet. Most never see the journey but only the destination, and they fall in love with this idea that they don't need to work hard to get it. The words give and up should never be together, and particularly, the word no shouldn't even be in your vocabulary. Most people don't remember how dire the Apple situation was in 1997 when Steve Jobs returned. A share of Apple back then would buy you a cup of coffee. Now, it'll get you a nice bottle of Opus One from, say, 1987. By default, your habitual mindsets and thought patterns play out over and over again throughout your life if you don't identify and change them. Don't think, I'll have another go in another year's time, because you're really likely to repeat exactly the same patterns. The desire to quit never comes on a sailboat. Feeling the wind on your face during long hikes in the mountain or after joyous mountain biking summits. It's not those puppies and sunset moments that test us. It's when we feel lost, overwhelmed, exhausted that we feel the desire to quit. Life is full of twists and turns, but it also has straight stretches of open road. As each of us have to learn for ourselves, failure can lead us to new places. Many times that means sticking it out, pushing through, and yet sometimes that means putting the things down. People judge themselves so harshly and assume that they are not capable if they seem to be failing at something they want. It could simply be resolved by trying a different approach. People are often so focused on the end goal and they believe that just one or two ways to get there. In fact, there are maybe hundreds of more avenues that their mind isn't opening up to. While regret is the number one thing you shouldn't waste your time doing, before you quit your dream, just imagine how your life could transform and where you could be in a year, 2 years, or 5. From an evolutionary perspective, the human mind's main goal is to keep you safe. Sometimes this leads to self-sabotage, as it's just easier to stay in your comfort zone and avoid risk. However, great things never come from mediocrity. Quit setting for average and strive for extraordinary. Whenever you're trying to quit smoking, drinking, or any kind of bad habits, or whenever you're trying to achieve a goal, the misery you are experiencing will be back, one way or another, if you choose to give up at the most difficult time. The real challenge you're experiencing is the moment is your own weakness manifesting in physical form. You could continue to adjust your life to fit your fears, or you could keep sending out applications and calling to follow up and schedule interviews. To truly overcome your weakness, you need to break down the big rock into smaller pieces and deal with the small stones piece by piece. Another important fact to consider is that you don't have to succeed at everything you do. Sometimes it just matters that you showed up to try. If you are unhappy with your performance, you can always try again tomorrow. People talk themselves out of trying because they're afraid of making a mistake. Unfortunately, one person wins and the other one fails. The person who fails is not actually a failure. He is also the winner. This time he failed, but the next time he will succeed. If he tries one day, he will surely win. We are born with the instinct not to give up. As babies, we cry and scream until we get what we want. But somewhere along the line, we lose that ability. People talk us out of our crazy ideas. People who live in the so-called real world where things make sense. They have never attempted the impossible. But you have. Many, many times. So failing is part and parcel of our life. If a person fails, that doesn't mean that he's a failure or a loser. Rather, this means he's the winner of the future. The one who fails several times doesn't actually fail. He just finds several ways that don't work. When you finally reach the first stage of success, congratulate yourself. But remember that there are 24 more stages of success. Keep pushing and scrapping and begging. Even in your dreams, don't give up. If you dream that you're wearing nothing but underpants, try to make them expensive, exclusive underpants. Life isn't going to slow down for you, so you have to work to keep up. Each time you get back up, that is more character, more strength you have developed. It is always important to set goals for yourself. Never stop reaching for the stars. Sometimes tomorrow is about learning from yesterday. Today is hard. Tomorrow will be worse. But the day after tomorrow will be sunshine. So stay true to yourself, yet always be open to learn. Work hard and never give up on your dreams, even when nobody else believes they can come true but you. Do not back down. Do not give up. When you look back on your life, don't have regrets. Believe in yourself. Believe in your future. You will find a way. There's a fire burning inside you that is very powerful, and it's waiting to burn bright. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. See you in the next video.